Bon bloody Giorno, how are we doing? We are back with this week what happened, but we're on our own. We're all by ourselves. But yeah, we're gonna crack on with a load of stories. And yeah, we're gonna get your opinions on some of the topics in the comments below. So, first off, I'm gonna start off with one of the stories of a dad shouted at a child at Disney World for she was singing too loud, and it got on his nerves. Reading the story, apparently they got to the front of the queue to watch the last show at Disney World, and they crouched over so everyone could see. The girl behind them was belting out. He said she could sing really well for an 8-year-old. And then a woman shouted, "You go, girl, belt it out, keep going." And he turned round and shouted, "Oh hey, bit loud." He then turned back round. The girl sat down, and he turned back round and felt a tapping on his shoulder. He turns back to see who tapped him on the shoulder, and it was the mother of the daughter going, "Don't shout at my daughter, you've ruined her night." The Reddit user that this happened to said that he felt absolutely terrible because of it, and was he in the wrong for shouting at the kid? Other Redditors have said that the mother didn't know her child ruined everyone else's night because she was literally screaming. The mother was being very inconsistent by not making her daughter turn down her volume. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comment down below. Shouting at a kid to quieten it down. He didn't say to completely stop singing. He just said she was a bit loud, and the mother reacted in that way. Good old America. So another one is making the news. Lockdown when we were working from home. Great fun. A few years ago now, 4 years. But a person was in a Teams meeting. And they were asking all the questions about who's off and when. And he said to check his calendar. And he realised he wasn't muted. So everyone in the meeting saw, heard him use this expletive. And he was really embarrassed. He then got called into HR. And he had a telling off about his use of language in the workplace. Nightmare. I've done it live on stream. I've done it. Well, you don't see it here, but it gets edited out where I'll say random stuff and it gets edited. But yeah, he got in trouble for it. Next story is cocaine-fueled rats were used to face up against staff in the early days of an iconic Manchester club. So the punters were getting on it, and so were the rats. During the early days of a northern mega club, the Warehouse Project. If you're from there and you know what I'm chatting about, give us a like and tell us below. Rats used to lick the dregs of cocaine wraps discarded by revellers. The staff said that they were getting squared up by these rats, and they would run at the bar staff, and they said that they thought that it felt like the rats were saying, "Come on in, let's go." I believe the club's now shut down. It has been shut down, but I think those rats are going to be scratching themselves because they're not getting their drug inducement, which they were getting back in the day. Another topic for discussion entitled "Mum Made Me Give Up My Upgraded Plane Seat for Her Kid. I Deserved It More." An airline passenger has grumbled about being asked to give up their extra legroom seat they paid a premium for so a mother could sit with her child. He booked the seat early to get that extra legroom, obviously in the emergency seat, which I can vouch for. I'm 6'2", and a mum came up and was like, I need my child to sit next to me, and kicked him out of his seat. He got up and switched seats to where the child would be, but he lost all his leg room that he paid extra for. So yeah, tell me down below, what would you have done if a mother or someone told you to give up your seat so they could sit next to their child? Another controversial take as well, another controversial news article. Lads should always pay for first dates. I spend too much money on looking hot. A Playboy model, Janina, says that women should believe that women shouldn't pay for the first date, as they spend a lot of money getting ready and looking nice. Now, I'm a bloke, I think, and I believe like the first date, I feel should be like split 50-50, or if you've decided that and you've planned it, then yeah, you should pay for it. But if it's like both of you made that decision to go and say go for a meal, then you should go halves. Or if it depends on how well the date goes as well. So if the date goes well, you can be like, I'll get this one, you've got to go get you get the next one, and split it like that, because then that's an equal split. You're going into a relationship where it's split 50-50 all the way. But yeah, she said that it's their obligation to demonstrate a minimum of chivalry. We spend a lot of money on everything from bathing to accessories, so they don't have to worry about that. If I rocked up in my trackies and a dirty top and I hadn't showered or had a bath to a date, I'm going to guess it won't go well. So her saying that we don't need to worry about it, I get anxiety before I go out on a date when that happens. Believe it. But yeah, she's saying that it costs thousands, so men should have to pay for it. She said that every 10 dates, about 8 men don't pay. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you believe that and go with it. Right, next story. Rattling through these today, as we haven't done this in a couple of weeks. We've got another story of a baby being born in a car. So I think this featured in the first episode we did and the second. But another baby is being born in the back of a car, 60 miles per hour as her partner sped through flooded roads trying to reach a hospital in Cumbria. They were a couple of minutes away from Furness General Hospital when baby Sienna popped out as her partner James rounded a roundabout. But yeah, was born in the car. She had to loosen her seatbelt, and they were about 10 minutes away when her waters broke, and then 5 minutes later, the baby's head started coming out. So another thing of babies being born in cars. It's great. And we've got some, as always, we have a fast food / takeaway news. And it's not Domino's this week. What? Nearly a tenth of Papa John's pizza outlets in the UK are set to close in an effort to boost company profits. A total of 43 of its 450 locations across the country in the UK have been found to be low performing or underperforming, are said to be no longer be financially viable. The sites will be closing by mid-May, so next month. The company would not say how many jobs are to be lost, how many people work at the locations, nor the number of staff it employs across the UK. See, Domino's would have told them. Our priority is our team members, who will be fully supported throughout this process. Said the managing director of Papa John's UK. Our goal is to work with impacted team members and attempt to find redeployment opportunities where available. So they're going to try and shift them around if there's any jobs going, which I don't think there is, unfortunately. But they're trying to boost their sales in the UK and get their profits up. Sales of more than 1 billion were recorded globally by the company in their final 3 months of 2023. So they've made £1 billion profit and gone, do you know what? These aren't making us any more money, so we're going to close them down, which I think is a bit unfair. The affected areas are Barnsley, Bebington, Bexhill, Billericay, Bromley, Coulsdon, Cricklewood, Darlington, Doncaster, Durham, East Dulwich, East Grinstead, Eastbourne, Holsham, Harringay, Harrogate, Hendon, Horsham, Lancaster, Leeds, Meanwood, Liverpool West, Derby, Middlesbrough, Mottingham, London, Northwood Hills, Peacehaven, Peckham, Peng, Putney, Redhill, Rochdale, Rotherham, Ruislip, Runcorn, Scunthorpe, Sittingbourne, place that I'm going to go visit. That's quite an interesting name. Southport, St Helens, Stoke Newington, Tunbridge Wells, Upminster, Watford, St Albans, Witton and Wimbledon. So if you are in those areas, unfortunately, you are going to lose your Papa John's because you didn't spend enough money there. All right, and the last but not least, we have a new, well, it's not a new video, but it's making the rounds again, where they split 10 boys and 10 girls aged 10 and 11 to see how they would react. It's making the rounds again, and here's a little snippet of it.
Without grown-ups, a world governed by children, where every decision is made by a 10-year-old. Two separate communities, one full of boys and one full of girls, will find out what it's like to live without parents.
It's like your own world over there. You can do whatever you want, basically.
It's hard being a grown-up.
Will they rule with wide-eyed innocence?
Money, 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 money.
Or has modern society made our children
Not now.
grow up too fast?
That is a good word.
So yeah, I have watched this episode. Well, I've watched this TV show. It is on Channel 4, so if you do want to go watch it, it's called Boys Alone, and it's quite a good documentary. It was filmed in the early 2000s. I won't ruin it, but go check that out. And yeah, that is this week what happened. So again, if you've liked what you've seen, subscribe, like, share, drop your comments down below with those controversial takes, and I will see you next time.